Chapter 4. The Specialist. At 13 Lower Burke Street, a servant answers the door. Watson goes into the house. He can hear Culverton Smith's voice.
Who is Watson? What does he want? I need to work. I cannot see him.
Watson thinks of Holmes. Quickly, he goes into the room. The man in the room stands up from his chair. Watson sees his dark, angry eyes.
What's this?
The man cries.
I'm sorry,
says Watson.
but I can't wait. It's about Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Culverton Smith's face changes. He watches Watson carefully.
What about Holmes? How is he?
He's very ill.
Watson sits down. Is that a smile on Smith's face?
I'm sorry to hear this.
Smith says.
I don't know Holmes well, but I respect him. We're not very different. He studies criminals, and I study microbes.
He looks at the bottles on the table next to him and laughs.
Holmes needs you.
Watson says.
Why? Is his illness from the Far East?
Perhaps. His work lately is with people from there.
Oh, I see.
Smith smiles.
How many days is it now?
About 3?
Is he thinking well?
Not always.
That is bad. I must go and help him.
Watson remembers Holmes's words. He says,
I can't go with you. I need to make a visit.
Very well.
Smith says.
I can be there in half an hour.
Chapter 5. A Killer at Baker Street. Watson runs into Holmes's room.
Is he coming?
Holmes asks.
Yes, he is.
Very good, Watson. Now you must hide behind the bed. Don't speak or move. Just listen very carefully.
Watson hides behind the bed and waits. Soon, he hears Culverton Smith's voice.
Can you hear me, Holmes?
Is that you, Mr. Smith?
Holmes says weakly.
Thank you for coming.
Smith laughs.
What's the matter with you, Holmes?
It's Victor's illness, I think.
Yes, my nephew. 4 days ill and he's dead.
Smith laughs again.
And you are the criminal, Smith.
Ah, but you can't prove it. And now you need me.
Give me water.
Holmes says weakly.
All right. But only because I want to say something to you. Your illness is from men working near the river, your friend says. But that's wrong. You aren't very quick, are you, Holmes?
I can't think. You must help me.
Think carefully. Think about a box arriving here last Wednesday.
A box? Yes, I remember now. The spring in the box on my hand. The blood.
That's right. And there are microbes of your illness on that spring. This box is the only proof, and I'm taking it with me. Now you know the truth. Now you can die.
More light,
says Holmes weakly. Smith moves, and suddenly there is more light in the room.
What more can I do for you?
Smith asks.
and more water, please.
Holmes says. But what is happening? Holmes is speaking normally. His voice is not weak. Watson hears this, and he nearly cries out. He can feel Culverton Smith's shock. Chapter 6. The Truth.
What is this? Aren't you ill?
Culverton Smith asks angrily.
After 3 days without food or drink, I'm not very well, but I'm much better than you think.
Holmes says in his normal voice.
Ah, a friend is coming, I think. The light is telling him to come.
The door opens, and Inspector Morton comes in.
This is your man, Inspector?
Holmes says.
I arrest you for the murder of Victor Savage.
Morton says to Smith.
He wants my murder too.
Holmes laughs.
The proof is in the box in his coat. But don't put your hand on it, Inspector.
Smith cries.
You can't prove anything, Holmes.
Don't forget my friend, Dr. Watson.
Holmes says.
He can tell an interesting story. Come out, Watson.
Morton leaves with Culverton Smith. Holmes dresses, and then he talks to Watson.
I'm a good actor, Watson. And no food or drink for 3 days is easy for me. This yellow face is only makeup. You can't come near me and not see the truth. So, my illness is contagious. bad light in the room helps with my act. Victor Savage's murder is all about money. Money is more important than family to Calvert and Smith. I get some strange things at this house. Happily, I always open them very carefully. Now we must go to Scotland Yard. After that, I want to sit down with you and eat until midnight.
Criminal, microbe, hide, prove, spring, blood, proof, truth, normally, arrest, murder, actor, makeup, act,